Bring to us your poetry from inspirations sought. Come join us with your images, your verses, words, and thought. From here, we'll share your balladry with those who do not know it. This platform's here for you to show the world that you're the poet.
Welcome to episode 61 of You're the Poet, the poetry podcast featuring you. I'm host Matt Burgio, and I'm here with co-host Phil Burgio. Phil, welcome.
Thank you.
Here at You're the Poet, our purpose is to share our love of poetry with the world and invite you to do the same. We want to start by saying thank you to all of our listeners who have helped make You're the Poet possible. We hope you enjoy the podcast and the poetry that is shared. If you've written any poetry and you want to share it here, whether you just have an interest in poetry, consider yourself an amateur poet, or are a professional poet with published works, contact us to be a guest on a future episode. As we start back up with You're the Poet in the new year, we're introducing a new element to the podcast. As our regular listeners may have noticed, there are often breaks in the production of our episodes where listeners may have to wait 2 weeks or more for new content. To help with that, we're introducing this short episode format called You're the Poet Guest Sketch. The twofold purpose of the guest sketch is to highlight one of our previous guests and to provide our listeners with some type of content when a full-length episode is not coming out in a given week. It is our goal to provide our listeners with a weekly episode in some format.
Our featured guest for this premiere You're the Poet guest sketch is Benedict, who's joining us from Philadelphia, Mercer County, New Jersey area. Hey, Benedict, you're the poet. Show us what you've got.
Thank you, Matt and Phil. It's great to be back here on You're the Poet. I am Benedict, and I guess I'm a returning or frequent guest. I've been on several times now, about 5 times probably, and it's always a pleasure. I began writing to provide commentary about the world around me and the world around us, and pretty much chronicle the experiences that we all endure and endeavor as well. My work is pretty much focused around nature, emotion, and those daily challenges that we all have to deal with. I don't like considering myself a poet or a writer. I'm really just an observer with a pencil, and I like writing a lot of things down. So in my latest book, A Return from Elysium, Racing Sisyphus Up the Mountain, I have 40 original poems. And again, I like to think that through that poetry, my poetry, experiential travels continue, because we never really reach the end. We never really reach the destination, and it's the journey that is the most important part of it. So I'm going to read a new work called Midlife. Where does midlife crisis begin? Perhaps somewhere between hills of heather and a crescent waning moon, where purple skies drift carrying away memories in paradoxical surprise. Midlife crisis could begin down the rugged path of experiential lessons, just to the left of the great oak tree, constantly growing, branching out into different choices and decisions. Midlife crisis may run along the slipstream, pushing you backwards again and again and again, from sadness to a spectacular sense of wonder, where you think you have swum through it all. Midlife crisis can start in the carnal desires trampled upon by the great goat god Pan within seasonal forests, blending from fertility to ecstasy to the inevitable. Midlife crisis very well may begin at the gates of dawn, where a piper plays your entry into a new realm, new dimensions, and a new way of thinking about past decisions as you are guided by his tune. Midlife crisis turns out to reside on the precipice of preconceived presumption, preoccupation, and vanquished dreams, offering excuses that propel you into old age. Benedict. Thank you, Matt and Phil, again for You're the Poet. We all appreciate what you're doing to share poetry and do it in such an inclusive way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Benedict, for joining us again and sharing your poetry with us. We enjoyed it.
As we wrap things up, we want to let our listeners know we are grateful that you've taken the time to tune in. We hope you're enjoying the poetry shared here, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the podcast and share it with others. If you would like to support You're the Poet and what we're doing here, there are a couple of ways to help. You can find links on our website to our Buy Me a Coffee patron site as well as a You're the Poet store, where you can buy You're the Poet merchandise and share your love of poetry with the world. Thank you for your support as we continue to grow. Please check out our website and various social media outlets to keep up to date with You're the Poet. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website, you'rethepoet.com. Until next time, Phil, thanks for joining us.
It was a pleasure. Thanks again to A. Benedict for his continued work in the You're the Poet community, and to our audience. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this guest sketch episode.
Thank you both. Goodbye.